Hi, good morning. Good morning, guys. I want to talk about my teaching philosophy. My teaching philosophy is that all learners are special, all learners are unique, and therefore must have a stable learning environment or settings to cater for all their speciality and uniqueness. This involves an environment that enables learners to grow mentally, physically, socially, and emotionally. That is my greatest desire. My greatest desire, which is to enable the learners to reach their complete latent. I strongly believe that it is of essential importance or critical importance to provide a socially friendly environment wherein learners are free to share their thoughts and opinions without the fear of being judged or the fear of being abused. Teaching is a continual process. The continual process of grasping, the continual process of learning from others, from children, from the learners, from the parents, from the society, from the community every day. I believe that as much as a teacher is a guide, a teacher, an epitome of knowledge to the learners. Learners also are an embodiment of eye openness, as when you get to know more about them, you get to understand where they come from, you get to understand where they're going, you get to understand what they need to do and what is needed of you as a teacher in order for them to reach their expected levels. So, one way to ensure that students are comfortable with their skill set of learning and teaching is integrating education with their own lives. This is merely being relatable or finding that common ground between the lives that they're living and the curriculum, which is what you're required to teach or what they're required to know. So I believe that teaching and learning continually changes with time. It's continually changing. Looking at how teaching was 5 years ago or teaching was 20 years ago, there's a difference. There's a difference. There is a big difference and a big gap. In a way, teaching is continually advancing and becoming more friendly, more accepting than it was back then. So I believe that teachers play a huge role in making sure that education changes and education becomes like the thing. So quite often we have been characterizing education as a boring system, and it being a boring system, children are not integrated. They're not accustomed to, and them not wanting more of the learning, that means that there's something wrong with the system. So us integrating the system, us improving it and whatnot, will enable children to want to go to school more. Not because the parents are forcing them or because we claim to be we claim that education is the only way for a person to make it in life, but because they want to and they're gaining knowledge that they can use in daily lives, knowledge that can they will use in future. So those strategies that I'm talking about involve the use of technology, which has been implemented in the past few years, as in the grade 12s get tablets, they get free data every month, which enables them to like Google for videos, they Google for information, homeworks, and whatnot, and they find more information, which was not there during our time in school. And if it was to happen that it was there during our time in school, a lot of things would have been like more easier, but then they were not. So the thing is, those strategies that are going to be implemented, just like the use of technology, They're improving the lives of the children. They're improving the lives of everyone. We come from different backgrounds, and us coming from different backgrounds, those backgrounds will determine whether a person is able to afford a tablet, is able to afford data and whatnot. But the system the government is in placing, the provision of tablets and data, ensures the equality of the student. Like there's no social injustice, no one's being left behind. We all are getting the education that we need. They all are getting the education that they need. So, according to me, those strategies, like the use of technology, they broaden the understanding. They broaden uh, finding information. Yeah. So I believe that a teacher is an inspiration to learners, and thus must act like one in everything and in every way. As much as learners have different dreams and ambitions, which may be higher than being a school teacher, those dreams and goals, ambitions are shaped by a teacher. A teacher knows what his students can do, he knows what they are good at, and is a guide as to which career path is most eminent for a learner to follow. I aim to create a safe, free, inquisitive, and both selection directive learning, which will enable students to be comfortable with their uniqueness. Learners require a safe environment to act out their skills and potential. Thus, as a teacher, it's the main priority to provide that. And as learners are unique, I will try and cater for all of them without making any of them feel left out or less important, as I have been there as a student, and I know how being overshadowed by the level of understanding feels like. So, 9 times out of 10, students are faced with different and difficult challenges, either as at home or at school. This in turn disturbs students and takes away the fun of learning and also being a kid. So it is my responsibility as a teacher to make sure that my students aren't experiencing any hardships which may be hindering their progression as students. Therefore, to make certain of this, I need to create a safe space that promotes openness and support. The bridge, need to open that bridge. This will make certainty that students are free to talk about the issues as both a teacher who is also a parent, a deputy parent, will try to tackle and make sure students are safe and happy with the outcome. Some students fall into the special needs category. Many students can't make it in life due to teachers and parents' negligence. Sometimes parents don't really understand the dynamics of being a special needs student. Sometimes it's due to finances and mostly lack of knowledge by those parents. But as a teacher, it's my job to enable those parents to teach and to share with them the knowledge that I possess, to for them to understand that their child is unique. And since their child is unique, there are these certain steps that we can take in order to ensure that those students reach that level that we want them to. Because in most instances, they fail to reach those levels because they don't have the support that they need. They don't have the resources. They go to public schools, while in public schools, there's nothing that really helps them out. Just like one instant, in this school that I'm currently at, there are quite a number of children who are facing difficulties. This other one is facing difficulties in that they find it difficult to write. Their hand is shaking. And during a test, when that happens, during a test, we don't stop the examination. We don't give them the child time to finish the exam. Once it's an hour, it's an hour. When the hour elapses, it elapses. And where does that leave that child? It leaves that child in a dark space.